Hey guys, I love designing and decorating rooms, so today I'm going to be trying out an interior decorating challenge where I'll only be adding green items to a room setup. I'm going to be using miniature accessories and items for the room setup as it's easier to organize and style the room overall. I've already added in a few green pillows to the bed already, so let's go ahead and style the side cabinet over here. So for the top shelf, we have this plant. There's also a clock. This clock has to be one of my favorite items in the room setup. It's so bright and green, and then we also have a reading book too. The reading book has a green color, so it's perfect for the room setup, and it is called The Secret Garden. And as for the other two shelves, we'll be adding in some more items. So here we have some bottles, and they're all green. They're in different shapes and sizes, but they're all styled pretty similar, so I'll be placing them next to each other. And once I place the third bottle down, there should be some room in this section to add another item, and I found this green box which I thought would be great for the setup, and it has different cards inside of it which has different words and inspirational quotes. And over in this section, I wanted to add some sort of card game or board game, and the Apples to Apples cover is actually green, and I have a total of two. They are styled slightly different. One is more of a forest green and the other one is more of a light lime green, so I've just placed them on top of each other. And this item is a storage box. It has different pieces of paper and photos inside of it, but it's quite large, so it should be able to take up the entire bottom compartment without adding in any more accessories or items. And the last item we'll be adding over towards the cabinet is this lovely plant, and that can go over in the smaller compartment. And the next item we have here is an umbrella. It's a gorgeous mint green color, and there's a raindrop design on the outside. And I'll be placing down a total of two different rugs a part of the room setup. The first one we have here is shaped as a foot, and it's a bright green color. But let's go ahead and style the next cabinet a part of the room setup. So we have this basket here we'll be placing on the top shelf with different hair accessories and items that are of course green to match the theme of the room. And there are a total of two different types of hair clips. And as for the bottom shelf, there's a stationery section with different books, folders, and stationery items. So this cup will be really great to sort out some of those smaller accessories and items. So there are some scissors, there's a pen, ruler, a crayon, and some highlighters as well. All of those items do seem to fit in this compartment, so let's go ahead and style that next cabinet. This cabinet over here has a few different teal green doors, but there's different compartments behind the doors, so we'll just be placing some items down. So first off, we have this gorgeous green earring tree, and it features so many different types of earrings. And to continue along with the beauty theme, I'm going to be placing up that basket that we organized earlier with the different hair clips over in that top compartment there. Seems to fit perfectly, and we won't be adding any more items in that section. And this compartment is quite large, so we'll be placing a radio down towards the bottom section. It's gold and green. The gold definitely matches the bed, and the green is perfect for the room setup. And there's also a small hook by the side of one of the sections, so I'm going to be placing some headphones over there. Here we have the second rug for the room setup, and it is a gorgeous green color. It is so bright and so incredibly soft and fuzzy as well. So as for this bottom door, we're going to open it up and we'll be adding in an accessory item, and it will be a travel neck pillow. So there are some yellow pineapples featured on it, but the item is mainly green. And then as for that other compartment right next to it, it will be for different stationery items. So we'll place down the smaller accessory items first that can go over towards the side. And as for the other side, I'll just be placing down a folder, and that's made out of a paper material. And right above that, we have a notebook here, and it's a gorgeous green and yellow color, and I love the design on the front. And the final item we have here is a notepad, and that can just be organized and placed right on top of the notebook. This item will be such a lovely addition to the room setup, and it is a seat cushion. It has such a gorgeous floral design around the side, and that can be placed right next to the rug. Let's add a blanket over by the side of the bed here. It's quite a different green from the bedding itself. It's more of a forest green instead of a lime green. And then we also have some PJs as well, and they're themed to koalas. Here we have an overview of the room setup, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's quite minimal, so there's not a lot of accessories and items, and we have those two different display shelving units, one on one side. One of them's a lot taller, and there's different doors to place different items, and the other one's a lot smaller, and that's more of a side table. And then also part of the setup over here, we also have a dress form with a green dress with flowers on it too. And there's also some gold and pink details towards the back as well, but I think the gold bed definitely matches the green too. Hey guys, I love designing and decorating rooms, so today I'm going to be setting one up inspired by Kira Bailey. So now it is time to talk about the room itself. So there's a theme of Australian items, there's also a pastel theme and a nature theme to the room too. The bedding is perfect for the room itself. The bedding, the pink pillow, and the throw pillow are all from Kira's collection. And right next to the koala pillow, I'm just adding in a kangaroo plush that can just sit towards the other side of the bed. And the next item I'll be placing down is a magazine, and that can go towards the other side of the bed. It features a koala and it says Aussie animals on it. The room itself does feature quite a few different posters. So this one says Wildflowers of Australia, and then there's also a koala themed sign as well. So I'm just adding in a K for Kira, and then there's this gorgeous gold lantern that's a part of her collection, and we also have this kangaroo figurine that can stand towards the other side. There's a total of 2 shelving units, a part of this display shelf, so I'm going to be adding in quite a few different Australian themed figurines. So we have 2 koala figurines, one for the top shelf and one for the bottom shelf, and they're styled slightly differently. So along with animal figurines and items from Australia, I'll just be adding in some classic room items as well. So we have this box with different quotes in it, and then in the middle I have a tissue box here, and I love the flower design at the front, and all I'm doing is adding in the dry shampoo on the other side. The bottom shelf will feature more Australian items. So first off, we have this figurine of an emu, and that's an Australian animal, and that can just sit towards the side. And then the other item is one of my favorite items, a part of the room setup. I found it at a gift store. It says I love Australia, and it's 3D, so each picture has a different Australian animal or item to make it look like a whole photo. And over towards the side of the bed, I'll just be placing down some koala themed slippers, and then we also have a backpack with a koala keychain too. And you can definitely see the signs featured in the room a lot clearer here. So there's a kangaroo sign and a koala sign, and then there's a smaller sign that says good day at the bottom. So all I've done is added in a kangaroo themed pillow, and here we have a plant themed to a koala. And over by the seating area right next to the bed, there's a section to display some accessories. So we have a koala themed plush, there's some sunglasses and binoculars, and the binoculars match the theme of the room perfectly. And over on the other side of the room, there's a desk setup. So we're just going to be adding in some miniature items. So there's a total of 3 different styles of plants, and I love these because they suit the desk. And then we also have some Australian animals as well. So the animal that I just placed down was an echidna, and that's just going on one side of the desk. And then over towards the other side of the desk, we have this koala figurine from the same collection. The plants are so adorable though, and I love how they're all styled so differently, and how the pot plants are completely plain, so they suit the theming of the room. And right underneath that, there's 2 shelving units that are empty to display different items. So first off, we have some photos, and they're themed to Polaroid photos. There's a total of 4, and it features different Australian wildlife and nature as well. And then we also have a camera as well. I'd say the camera is a really bright purple color compared to the rest of the room, but I'm going to go ahead and add it in next to the photos. And over on the second shelf, we have a koala themed figurine and a kangaroo one too. And here we have the main part of the desk itself. One of my favorite items, a part of her room setup, would have to be these clip photo accessories. And I decided to add it to the back of the desk, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. It suits her room perfectly. And as for the accessories in front of that, we have a walkie-talkie. There's also an insect repellent. And up next, we have a pencil box here, and that can go right in the middle. And then here we have some sort of drink. It's pink, so it could be cordial or lemonade. This globe will be the perfect addition to the desk setup, and I have Australia facing the front since this is an Australian themed room. Another item we have here is a document holder featuring different documents and items, and it's in a pastel blue holder. I'm going to add that towards the side of the desk. And then up next, we have some postcards, and they're themed to Australia as well. One features different landmarks and photos, and the other one just features Australia overall. And the next item we have here is a plate which features some fruit, and then finally there's a book about travel. Up next, I need to add a chair or a seat next to the desk, but rather than a classic chair, I'm going to add this one from Kira's collection, and then we also have her hat that I'll just be placing towards the side. Up next, we'll be organizing the shoes and outfits. So here we have this retired American Girl hotel trolley that I'll be using to display the different items, and there's a total of 2 shoes that I'll be placing down. Rather than displaying each clothing item separate, I decided to show them as completed outfits so you're able to see what they look like, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. My favorite outfit in our collection would definitely have to be the PJs itself. I love these so much. The koala design on the pants are so adorable, and the teal is so pretty and definitely matches the pastel theme of her collection. This outfit is really adorable as well. I love the skirt and the theme of the Australian t-shirt too. And then we also have this classic jacket that's a part of one of her accessory sets. And let's go ahead and set up the last part of the room. So this table here will feature different Australian foods. So first off, we have some Vegemite. Vegemite is really delicious if you don't add too much of it onto bread or toast. You do have to add a lot of butter though. Fairy bread is really delicious, and I'm so excited that they added it to Kira's collection. It's fresh white bread, and then you add hundreds and thousands, which are sprinkles. Pavlova is a really well-known dessert in Australia and New Zealand. And then I'm going to be adding in a photo here of a koala. And the final item, probably one of the most popular snacks from Australia, would definitely have to be Tim Tams. Overall, I'm so happy with how the room turned out. I love the nature and pastel theme together, and I love how there's so many Australian items featured in the room itself. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it.